Miles west of downtown Phoenix in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On third down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Dayon Buchanan with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. The Pro Bowler Patrick Peterson back deep for Arizona. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
On second down, Johnson. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Nearly a huge return. As it is, still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it again here with Davis. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Go, 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 run, run, run! Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy! Keep working, baby, keep working, fellas.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throws left side, complete to Brandon Marshall. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Penny. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
One of the surprises of the first round, the Seattle Seahawks selecting running back Rashad Penny out of San Diego State. Highly regarded, but most people thought he would go in the 2nd round.
But he did have an incredible senior year at San Diego State. Over 2,200 yards, 23 touchdowns.
He resembles Marshawn Lynch in build, but has the ability to take it the distance as well. Had 7 kick returns during his career at San Diego State for touchdowns.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Penny, a first down carry. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence. And here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Gets it to Bryce Butler, complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Detroit. Blue 90.
On first down, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Lucky 56. Detroit. Blue 90. Gone. Detroit.
Second and 10. It's Rosen again. Right side complete to Butler. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Detroit. Gone. Let's go. Detroit. 19.
Now Rosen on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he finds his man, that's Butler, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Leopard. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, You know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now Wilson on first down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Brandon Williams in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On 2nd down, Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Peters forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And now it's Rosen looking, throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. More from the desert after this. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Lucky 56. Gone.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Ton of pressure in his face. It just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Detroit! Gone!
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Love the run right there, and when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. No, check, Patriot, gun.
On second down, here's Rosen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
On third down, Rosen. He may try and run for this. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit!
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He'll get a nice chunk there on a first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. As David Johnson works his way back from the wrist injury, what are the hesitations, the cautions for him?
Well, number one, you want to make sure he's got full strength in the wrist, because he's going to carry the football an awful lot, so ball security is important. And you definitely want to make
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Watch it now, Barney!
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. Johnson was the intended receiver. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Tempo, tempo.
Now Wilson on second down. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw on third down. Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Leopard!
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Leopard! No, check! Patriot!
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Rosen. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And an alley to run. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
Detroit! Gun!
And they'll indeed go for it with Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he still dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson, and incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. After the penalty, it's Penny. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Cardinals will take over at their 20-yard line.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to Butler. And now a fumble. The ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he rifles one incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd and 4.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Gone! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Throw left side, caught by Butler. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Rosen on 1st and 10. Incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Rosa. David Johnson here on the catch. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Detroit! No. Check. Patriot!
Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Byron Maxwell. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does. And the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. This is Carson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, it's Johnson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd down, Johnson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They begin with a run by Davis. And an alley to run. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's Carson, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. First target, first catch at a first down. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room. They worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Wilson now looking to throw on second down. Underneath to Davis. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And Dixon over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Throwing now is Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
They'll look to throw. But he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The best name in the NFL, Barkevious Mingo. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Detroit. Leopard. Gone.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Leopard. Detroit.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Wilson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Well, apparently taking a knee is not in vogue. They're not able to add another touchdown on. And now the ball game is over. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone. And that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over. Making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for the Seahawks, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll